What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Thing again. Human. That's a thing. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Master player. Dante. Pixel. Not him. Chalari. What up, Chalari? Happy New Year and happy birthday. Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. And also happy birthday, Chalari. Happy new birth. Happy birth, yeah. Yeah. Happy birth. What up, Aliokas? How you doing? What up, RP? How you doing? Sleeping Yellow in the building, NTCM. Hello, everybody. Okay. Birthday edition. I not got long because I'm going to get some food. So let's just jump into it. What is this? Glee board. What the heck? A birthday card? You guys are so sneaky. The game, the cards. Remember that shit? So sneaky. So sneaky. Let's check this out. Here it is. How the heck do I show this thing? How do I show this thing? Glee board. This. Confusion. Gone. Still confusion. Still here. What up, everybody? Featherwalk, Zai, hello, hello. Christian, you're down with a cold, but I've been getting better. Nice. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes, folks. A year older, still absolutely beautiful. Thanks, Shogun Meme. Appreciate you. Happy New Year to you as well. How do I show this? Add a video capture. At where maybe do this. Go this. Yes, Alex, what up? Happy birthday. Unfortunately, I'm traveling to home, so I can't hear you, but I want to give you the best wishes at all. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Jess, Alex. Love in the chat. Love in the chat. What food for after the stream? I'm feeling now. What are your, any suggestions? Like elusive. The elusive birthday card that I can't open. Hold on. There we go. We'll just do that. Okay, let's go. Hey Soul, happy birthday, Orbital Martian, Vince Gamer, Sleeping Yellow, Mr. Hasu, Axel Mode, Aliokas, Val Sprites, Devo Boss, Adin Sachin, Mogu, June, Master Player, NTC, MGS, Alex, Gibberrock, Drip Inspector, Chilari, Stories, or Isator have all left you a message. Let's check it out. I got a virus. Happy birthday. Let's go. Has this got like tunes or something? I can't hear anything if it does. Oh well. Happy birthday, Soul. It's been so great to have been part of your community. Thanks for creating any of your great content. Thank you so much, Orbital Martian. What a legend. Happy birthday, Bald Guy. Check that out. Check that out. Rip the Sprite directly. Now you'll hear from my lawyers. You will hear from my lawyers. You'll hear from the lawyers. What up, Kiki Lockhart in the chat? What up? How you doing? Your slaphead is as shiny as ever. It always is. It always is. Happy birthday. Hope you had an amazing, wonderful day. Also, thanks for all the content you made this year. Amazing stuff. And almost forgot here, I got you a digital cake and cut it into 6 pieces that definitely weren't 7. You better give me that. You better give me that last piece back, Sleeping Yellow, or you're banned. What up, Kiki? Thanks so much for the birthday wishes. Hello, everybody from Kiki's stream. I appreciate you all. How was the stream? What was going on? Today we're doing a little bit of a quick feedback Friday birthday edition. I did not expect this birthday card. This is a very nice surprise, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Look at this. Old cake head. It looks exactly like me. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Mr. Hasu, what a legend. Happy birthday. Have an awesome day. And also happy new year. This is a small gif I've made of Mini Soul blowing out his candle. Thank you, Axel Maud. Appreciate it. I baked you a cake. Good luck with the food poisoning. Happy birthday. This is beautiful, Aliokas. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm going to eat it with the candles in. Happy birthday, Soul. You spend your time reaching out and helping people with their art and their games, among other things. So I hope on your birthday some of that good karma comes back. Yes, thank you for helping me on my art and game dev journey by creating September in the Discord community. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the love. Of course, I will do it until I die. Is that grim? I don't know. Thanks for the birthday wishes, everyone. Resante, Grimjaw, Mr. Grab, Cairo, Edge, Tom, Ruby, Void, Kai, Norenche. By the way, folks, if you can't see who I'm talking to here, it's because we got 2 chats. We're currently live on Twitch and YouTube, just so you don't know. Okay, just so you know, anyway. Happy birthday. May your scalp be healthy and your head capable of reflecting sunlight into a solar death ray. Definitely is. Can you not see this? See this highlight right now? Let's go. Kipperrock, thank you so much for the love. Happy Soul Day. Thank you. Yeah, from now on, it'll be known as Soul Day. Adin also did the same thing. Happy birthday. Here's digital emoji cake. There weren't 8 pieces before. What the heck, Adin Sanchez? You also ate the other piece. This makes no sense. There were 8 pieces, and now there were 7 pieces. You're all eating the cake. I can't handle this. I can't handle this cake. Happy birthday, Mr. Baldman, sir. You better have a fantastic day, because if you don't, I know my eyes are everywhere. Moku, thank you for the love. I appreciate it. And look at this cake. It's got a faceplant and a lumber on. That's hype. All we have to do is decide what. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Gandalf, thanks for being inspiring. Thanks for helping with the art. Thanks for being good, goofy, funny friend, uncle, or teacher. Thanks for being you. Thank you so much, Han June. Appreciate you. An amazing drone, by the way. Happy birthday to the greatest bald man that's ever lived. Thank you for all the inspiration and help you've given to so many people. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, oh ye shiny, shine bright like a diamond and finish the game. Oh my god, don't talk about the game. We don't talk about the game here. No game. That's not how reflection works. It gets concentrated into a death ray when it's concave, but Soul's head is convex. If I wear like a, what's it called? If I wear headphones for long enough, maybe we could channel the death ray with a concave head. That message is from before the game is going to be on hold. It's not on hold. It's just slow. I'm just slow. Happy birthday. Thanks, Mad. I'm pretty good, thanks. Hammer Chuckery, thank you so much for subscribing as well. I appreciate you. Magic Ball Death Ray. Happy birthday, Soul Tunes. I wish you a very long and happy life without any accidents in the future. Thanks, JS Alex. We're happy because you're here with us in this tiny planet, sharing your life worth, joy, experience with us during your videos. I hope your game will be finished soon. Me too. Oh my god. And I'm pretty sure it will be a big bang. I'll follow and watch your videos until the end of time. Thank you, JS Alex. What a legend. I forgot there was a wizard. Thanks for inspiring me to try new stuff and keep working on my projects. Of course, Kipperrock. Of course. If anyone else wants access to the fun secret projects in the future, hit me on Discord. I can't believe you're still doing that, Aliokus. What the heck? What the heck, Aliokus? Sneaky. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Saul. Thank you, Drip Inspector. Happy Balds Day. Love that, Chalori. Love that. I couldn't come up with anything really funny or nice, so I'm just going to wish you a very happy birthday to my favorite streamer ever and the person who got me even more inspired and all. Thank you, Storyzo. What a legend. You don't got to say anything funny. I am funny looking enough. Give me the more confetti. More confetti. Let's go. Let's spam it. I broke it. I can't read the last message. I broke it. Aliokus was messing with you, so we're not on a secret Discord. There is no war in... yeah. Happy birthday. You introduced me to Pixel almost 3 years ago now, and I'll never forget your amazing videos in your community. I remember when I first joined the daily challenge was to make a long-necked monster. I think I'll redraw it soon to see the progress. Thanks again for 3 years. That's a good idea. Maybe we should do long-necked monster. Thanks so much for the kind wishes, everybody. I appreciate it. But today is not about me, even though it's my birthday. It is Feedback Friday. Oh my goodness. I actually want to see if I can break this. It reminds me of the game. It reminds me of the game you made when I got to catch the things. Oh my goodness. It's actually getting more and more full. It's a little bit about you. Oh, it's always about me, but you know what I mean. Got to stay humble. Rip bandwidth. Yeah, the stream's going to be dropping frames real soon. Okay, we're good. We're good. Enough. Stay humbled. Exactly. Never going to end, is it? Yeah, it's never going to end. I'm not even clicking now. It ended. Thank you, Good Shepherd. I appreciate you. No party has... Whoa! Nearly dropped water everywhere and destroyed everything. We're good. Okay. Thank you all for the love of that. I appreciate that. Legendary. Legendary. So nice of you. So nice. Putting that together for the birthday hype. Legends. What legends? But now, it's time to give feedback because I haven't got long. And then I'm going to eat some food. So, let's do this. What was I going to do? I was actually going to do something. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, daily challenge. Long-necked monster. Since that might have been the daily challenge before, let's do that again. Friday, the 5th of January. Let's do long neck monster. There you go, folks. Have fun. Have fun to anyone that does the dailies still. Boom, 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 boom. I've been pretty bad with posting them. I've been pretty bad with posting them, but that's okay. Right, let's get on to this. Hey Soul, I'm working on a horror game. I've been working on it for a while now. Would you give it a shot if I even release it? Plan to make it free and open source. What up, Distant Void? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Anyone in the community that makes a game, I'll play it. I'll play it and I will give you honest feedback. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Okay, let's go. Feedback time. I'm posting the daily Discord people. Oh, I wonder what that was. Chilori. You never fail. Never fail, Chilori. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for the kind wishes. 29 today, folks. Feeling young and fresh and beautiful, as always. Let's go. So where did we get up to last time? I'm trying to blast through. Here. So we did this one onto this one. Let's get rid of that. Let's do here. Any feedback on my little fox guy? How about the cutest little fox guy I've ever seen? You're nearly grown up. feels disgusting. This is cool. Let's see what Juho said. Shadows throws me off. But I see that's made on purpose, so you can't say much, I guess, with thin and noisy compared to illustration. I get what you mean. Stylistic choice. Stylistic choice with the shadow. It does give you quite a lot of... It's contrasting, right? Because you got the simple style of the character. Contrasts against the shadow. But I think it works. I think it works. I think it looks cool. You're going to be 36 in a few months? I feel old. Nah, still young. Still young. 29? I thought you were turning 30. I am turning 30. Next year. No, I'm not 30. Not 30. But this is nice. I like the fox. I like the fox, to be fair. More shades to the feet. They feel a bit detached from the other body because it's just so dark. Okay, I see what you mean. I think this is fine. I think stylistically, you don't really need to change anything. You could if you wanted to. It just depends. You know, like the character has no shadow on them, which is fine. That works. That's a stylistic choice. And the shadow underneath, is just the style that it is. You don't necessarily need to change that. Also, look at the cloak. Probably a Metrovania protagonist. Yeah, we've spoken about that before. 36 is the new 21, exactly. My 37th is going to be on Easter Day, and I'm looking forward. Yeah, you should be. You should be. Birthday hype. Yeah, I like it. I like this fox. I like it. There you go. Boom. Next. It doesn't need any feedback. That's the best kind of feedback. Best kind of feedback when I don't have to say anything. Okay. What the heck? I hate Discord sometimes. Sometimes Discord just does not work, my dudes. Where is it? Then you have to go all the way back. Face sketches. Here we go. RP, decided to try and get back to digital drawing. I'm not good at it, but I'm not crap like I thought I'd be either. I haven't done much of it and it's been years, but better late than never. I'd appreciate any pointers. Okay, cool. Well, these are cool, firstly. Very expressive. I think that's one thing with characters, right? Like characters are difficult because in order to draw characters, there's a couple of things that you basically have to study in order to get better at drawing characters. Anatomy, facial expressions, you know, your observational skills just in general. So to be honest, I'm not going to give you any like direct feedback on these. I think these are really cool. I think I'm just going to give you some general feedback for drawing characters in general. If you want to improve, if you want to get better, you basically just follow the anatomy, you know? Just learn anatomy. Start with proportions. And that's going to help. Because once you know, you might be like, well, why do I need to do that? June, thanks so much for the love. I appreciate it. How you doing? Start with proportions. And then you know where to break it. Yeah, reference, definitely. Always use reference. Reference is, until you like when I draw things now, like characters, I don't use reference really. But this is just random doodly type cartoon stuff. Yeah. And it's not necessarily in proportion or anything like that. And it's just because that is like, it's muscle memory now. Like I don't even think about where I'm I don't even think about where I'm doing things. Not that it's a great, not that it's a great drawing of a face, but if I was going to draw a face, you know, I don't have to think about the proportions, or I don't have to think about where these things are, just because I know it, you know. I just know it because I've done it for so long, and I've done it over and over and over again, that it doesn't really, it just is glued to my head. And it's not perfect either, because like I said, you want to do reference, like, it's not perfect, you know. You want to sometimes it's not perfect, but it's close to perfect. That's all you can hope for. Reference. You'll never get it perfect, but learning the rules is going to help you build up that character sketch, and going to help you build up things quickly. You do those big eyes and I die. Yeah. You got this. Just keep going. Keep going, RP. I know the importance of anatomy and proportions, but I feel like I'm at a point where I can't internalize them. I didn't notice what is wrong. Okay. Well, if you don't know, if you know what they are, it's just sizes, right? So I think the characters look quite flat. So let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at these. That's a good way. It's good that you're here. What up, Rayman? How you doing? So you actually haven't got a bad idea of like five eyes head width, right? And actually, when you look at proportions, you actually have generally correct proportions, which is why they don't look super off. I think they look flat, but I think that's because you're drawing without form in mind, and that's probably the next step. We got rated. We did get rated. Yeah, that's probably your next step that you got in mind, is to learn where these features are on a 2D shape, right? Like this. But then you need to apply this 2D shape. So, you know, you do this with your little anatomy thing. You learn the proportions, blah, 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 blah. Get the eyes, five eye width apart. You get the mouth, you get the nose, all that stuff, right? But remember that that's just 2D. Okay? That's just 2D. You need to be able to do that on a 3D object. Like this circle up here. If I draw this circle in green, for example, that's a sphere, actually. You know, that's a sphere where it wraps around like that, and this comes down. How the jaw wraps around, where the neck connects to. You know, how the ear connects, where the like your eyebrows. It's not just this flat plane. You know, you have different planes of the head, for example. Something like this. It's been a while since I've done it, to be honest with you. But you notice how I break up these 2D shapes into more 3D shapes. Once you do that, have the obliques and all that shit, you'll start to see better, and this is not a great example, but you'll start to see how things wrap around. Look like Star-Lord's helmet probably is kind of based on that. Let's use a yellow or something. So you'll see the eyes, right? And when you draw the eyes, they're not these 2D things, they're 3D shapes. You know, 3D with eyelids, and they'll wrap around, and the more that you can get used to that. Same with the nose. I didn't even draw the nose in. That's what I'm missing. I knew that looked so weird. But you can learn these 3D shapes as well. You start with the basic 2D, and and then you can learn the 3D side of it. And that's when you'll see things looking a little bit off, you know. And you can start to learn more, you know. If only life was in 2D, it could be. Yes, it is my birthday, Dante. Big hype to me. It's actually helpful. Glad to hear I at least have some idea. Of course you do. I mean, look. You're following the general ideas here. General ideas of 5 eyes spaced apart. I think one thing that you need to do is flip your characters as well when you're drawing them. Flip your characters so you can see where maybe you're going off a little bit. Like this eye looks a little off in terms of shape, size, consistency. Though, to be honest, with characters and with people, like people do have different sized eyes. And eyes do go in different places. But I think if you can start off with, what I usually find, right, is if you start off with perfect symmetry, or if you aim for perfect symmetry, that gives you the ability to create interest, because asymmetrical features is interesting, right? Asymmetrical features is really interesting. But you have too many asymmetrical features, it all just looks a little bit off, and you can actually use asymmetrical features as a contrasting point to add interest to faces. So I usually start with trying to get it symmetrical and then use asymmetry for interest. You've seen the cards? I have, June. It was amazing. I have seen the card. Your birthday it is, Heath. Thanks, Marge. I appreciate it. Can't watch today, but just want to say hi. No worries, Marge. Thanks for jumping in. You also need to get ready for the rest of my workday, but happy birthday once more. Hope it's a good one. Thank you, Aliokis. Have a good workday. I hope it goes well. And thanks so much for putting the card together. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dante. What up, Gummy Naomi? Birthday, you know what that means? I'm old. That's what it means. Yeah, flip more. Flip more and observe, like, see something like this. This looks like a 3/4 view. Flip more and use more reference. I think the biggest thing that's going to help you here is reference. Reference, because then you said you don't know what you need to do to solve things or to fix things or to make it look more realistic or whatever it is that you're going for. If you use reference, you'll see. And usually you'll see with reference that in a 3/4 type face, you won't actually see this ear here. The ear will be hidden behind the head, and you'll mostly see this ear. Depends on the angle, of course, but generally speaking, anyway. I actually did not do the majority of the collecting and organizing for the card this year. You're merely the messenger bird. Well, let's go. Let's go anyway for taking part. I appreciate you, Aliokis. I call you Alexokis then. Alexo, how many years has it been? How many years? Alexokis. You again? Too famous now. Oh my god. Happy birthday. I already said it, but you didn't see it. So happy birthday. Thanks, Pudnik. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I say. Let's move on before we run out of time. Oh, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. I was waiting for this one. I'm going to go back to bed now. Still sick. No worries at all, RP. Hope you get better soon. Okay. Pando. Oh my goodness. Christmas Dino. It's past Christmas, so this is bad luck. But no notes. 0 notes. It's perfect. Perfect Christmas dinosaur. You have nothing else to do. Gummy Naomi with the 3 subs. Let's go, Naomi. Thanks so much. Hype in the chat for everyone today. And Naomi for gifting and for everyone for the card. Let's go. Birthday means subs. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Dr. Doom, NTCM, and Kohemi got one. Let's go. No notes. It's amazing. No notes. I love it. Oh, that's a good note from Juho, actually. Juho said keep single brush thickness. That's really cool. Juho's got some nice notes on there. I don't need any more notes. I agree with Juho. Boom. Boba tea thing, any feedback? Look. Any feedback? I think this is nice. Main thing I'd suggest is practicing how to draw basic 3D shapes. Yeah, kind of like a style thing. Like you could definitely do stylistically, you can get away with this. It depends on what you're going for. But I think what they're meaning is if you want to learn more about it, that's going to help you indicate those things. Hope looks steady. I kind of like the energy of this one. I still kind of like this. Still kind of like this, you know. Do I have any feedback for this? It depends what you're going for. I think the problem with these think the problem with this, like, it depends what you're going for. If you want to draw it more 3D, then there are ways to do it 3D. So I think I'd need more information to like what you're going. This style is perfectly valid. You know what I mean? It's perfectly valid to have this kind of style where it looks flat and proportions aren't exactly correct, like, or what's it called? Perspective. Perspective isn't exactly correct, but does it really matter? Because like the straw here, you see the top of it, and that would like curve around at the bottom. That's one of the feedbacks we saw there. And how it would curve round to make it 3D. But does it really matter as well? Like, not necessarily. It kind of depends on the style. But I think possibly learning that will help you make a more informed choice. So, yeah, that's probably what they were saying with the feedback there. But very nice. I like the style. Let's move on. Boom, boom, boom. Feedback, please, for ugliness. Check this ugliness out. How can I make it more disgusting to look at? Is it ugly yet? Me when spike is too much. Okay. And another one. This one. When the spikes are too much. Juho, what the heck? Is this run more? Is this run more again? How to make it more ugly? I mean, it's fairly ugly. It's fairly ugly already. So I think you've done a good job, but in a nice way. You know what I mean? It's ugly in a nice way. Pizza tower style, yeah. Large pixel art, jaggies in places. That's how you make things ugly. It depends how ugly you want to go, because I think you kind of match that pizza art style. It really depends on what you want to do and what you want to make gross and how far you can push it, you know? Like, I'd probably add like teeth and stuff, and like, do you know what I'd recommend looking at in terms of reference? What I'd recommend looking at in terms of reference for these types of things is, have you ever seen SpongeBob? You ever seen SpongeBob's like title screens where they do really close zoom ups of like SpongeBob or gross things? I would recommend checking those out because those are really strong. Those are really strong reference for that kind of thing. Has the feedback post been paused? It hasn't been paused. You can post. It will take a while for me to get there. So yeah, I'd recommend checking out those SpongeBob things and just looking at detail, right? Because what is gross, if you think about it? It's just it's just a lot of detail. Usually when you see that kind of style where things are super gross or whatever, it's just people going excessive into like detail, skin folds, like you see the nose, the eyes, and kind of going crazy with that. Birthday, let's go. Naomi, what the heck with the bits drop? 500 bits in the chat. Some more hype. Thank you so much, Gummy Naomi. You don't have to, honestly. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it. Birthday hype. Ren and Stimpy, yeah, Ren and Stimpy, any cartoons, how people exaggerate things, but it's all based on all of those things, like SpongeBob things, the Ren and Stimpy kind of gross cartoon type stuff. It's all based on reality, right? And just exaggerating reality. So if you can just find gross things in nature, use that as your reference. Use that as your reference and make more gross. Very nice. Very nice grossness, Juho. I like it. Juho's next as well with these animations. We already played this game, so let's check out the individual animations for it. Buddy of mine is working on Riles of Aether mod, and I'm doing some animations. I need some feedback on the impact frame. Does it hit hard? How can I make it look heavier? Okay. How can I make it look heavier? I think you can make it look heavier with some frame stop, but I guess that depends on the game itself. Have you seen it where generally, right, impacts. How do you make things look more impactful? Okay, I'm just going to push my fist. It's better for me to just do this as a demonstration, I think. I'm just going to do that. Does that look very difficult? Doesn't look very difficult, does it? But if I do something like this, where you really wind back and you see this shaking and then bang, and it stops there, like that is what causes something to look heavy or impactful. So if we have a frames of animation, let's say, for a fist, I'll just do a fist because it's the easiest example I can think of. Okay, this is a fist. Just going to have to get used to this style. Sucks. Get it. So you have the fist, and basically what you have is you have point A and point B, and obviously it's more intricate than that. I know it's not just point A and point B, but heaviness in animation and heaviness in heaviness and impact is all timing, right? So how can you make something look more heavy or more impactful, or how can you make something just look crazy difficult, right? So what I would do is more wind up, yeah. Like, so they really got to pull back. They really got to pull back the action. You might even do a couple of frames, you know. So it's like they're lots of anticipation, yeah, and then fast, almost a smear, you know, almost a smear in between it, and then the impact, like Naomi says, is a pause on the impact. So a pause on the impact is going to make the impact feel more impactful. You'll see this in Super Smash Bros. And stuff like that. They use that a lot. Or a lot of fighting games use it, to be honest with you, where it literally hits and it stops there for quite a long time. There's a really good GDC talk on this. I'll post in the thread. Yes, do it. Do it, do it, do it. But there was a game design video by a person who made Smash Bros. As well, and they were talking about the animation fighting and stuff. But you can do the pause, and then what's importantly, after the pause, have the follow through, you know? Like the fist is heavy, so if you hold something which is heavy, like imagine swinging an axe, like a large axe or a large sword or something which is super heavy, or a sledgehammer or something. You can't just stop it on a whim, you know, unless you're like incredibly strong. Unless you're incredibly strong, you can't just stop it on a whim. The axe or the fist or whatever it is that you're throwing that's heavy has a lot of momentum, and the impact might stop. The impact might stop it, but then it continues forward with the momentum. Does it add weight to also have less frames in the travel and more in the arrival, as well as a slow back to normal animation? So I think you mean here, where it would like slow in. So this is the slow in part. No, this is the slow out part, sorry, where you're slow out from the initial anticipation. And do you mean like a slow in here? I don't think so. I think at this point, what you want to have, I think a slow in would help here between the impact and the follow through, the final follow through animation. And the reason I think that is because you want the impact to feel like it's not slowing down before it hits the thing. You want the impact to feel like you've just thrown this really heavy thing against something, like bang, and it doesn't stop it, and then it can slow out or slow in, slow out, whatever. Then it slows down for the follow through animation, if that's what you mean. I just saw you on my feed. I'm new here. Which program are you using? This is Clip Studio Paint. I'm just giving feedback at the moment. I'm not actually doing any artwork or anything. We're just giving feedback on people's work that they've sent into the community. But welcome, new here. I'm Soultune. Hello. But yeah, these animations are really good. Like this one's a good example, actually. This punching one you've got going on here, like this one has a nice stop. You can exaggerate that even more, right? That's what I'm saying. Like you can exaggerate these things even more. You have the anticipation and then you have the swing, but you can really exaggerate that if you want to get across. But obviously it depends on the frames that you have available in the game as well. You don't want to go too crazy with that. But there we go. Spoken about on stream. That's a nice one here. This is good to watch. Let's check this out at some point. Making fluid and powerful animations for Skullgirls, which is a cool game. So definitely check that out at some point. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, next up, upgrade button. I'm just trying to make some kind of upgrade button. They should tell the player going up one level kind of thing. Maybe it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Oh, this one. I really like the second one out of these first two. Kind of looks that way. I'm not sure if it gets the point across exactly. The hammer thing definitely helps. Let me see what they're talking about here. Pixel looks alright. Are you looking for advice that's readable? I'll probably make them smaller because they're readable because they're buttons, right? I would play the game's context, right? I can tell exactly what those icons mean. Yes, I agree. You can't tell exactly what they mean. General upgrade working. That should work in any context. Yeah, I definitely think this more general upgrade one is more contextually, because it's general. Like whenever I see hammer, I think tools, and whenever I see an upwards arrow, I think upgrade. So I think that is more readable than like just the tower. Maybe that would make more sense within the context of the game if you are a tower, but it kind of also just like looks like refresh almost. Do you know that line? This is why UI is so important, because that symbol to me is like a redo or refresh or something like that. Whereas green upwards is like good and it's getting better, like upgrade. Maybe even with a couple of those things. You know where you kind of... The best thing with this is to test it on as much people as possible, actually, and get a lot of feedback on it, and to see if people can tell what it means just from looking at it. You don't want to do that to one person. You want to get that with as many people as possible, so that you know for a fact that it is doing what you think it's doing. You know, so I do like the hammer one, the general context one, better, definitely. I think it's cool. I think it makes sense in terms of upgrade, especially if you're building things. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Right, next up. Talk about on stream briefly, I'll say. Okay. Link, here we go. Mio Staffer. Hey, Saltinus, thanks for the feedback on my game Flavor Strike. Appreciate it. No worries, Star Melon. Thanks for hanging out today. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So I made Link. But I kind of messed up the face and arms, in my opinion. Also, the body in general is more of a twink than Link. I think it's the height. I think it's the height that you've got going on. That's why it looks slimmer. Hello from Dubai. What's going on? How's it going in Dubai right now? I think it's just because Link looks very tall at the moment. I think if we were to reduce the size of Link overall, proportionally, maybe a bit wider as well. Oh, I've broken everything. I mean, Link is a twink. Is Link a twink? Well, maybe it's fine then. But I think the reason it looks like that is just because your proportions are quite long. Like you have... It's not that they're wrong. It's just that they're long. They're not wrong. They're just long. Like long length. Long limbs. Long. You know? That's why. And it's also slim. Long and slim. That's what you've got there. So if you wanted to make it look less like that, what you just do the opposite. Do the opposite of long and slim. You go wider and you go shorter. It's quite simple. I was shorter this way. Looks weird. Looks like a weird symbol. But yeah, you go shorter and you go wider. That's how you fix that. If that's what you want to fix. But overall, the pose is quite nice. It's not super static. You've got, I think maybe it looks a little bit off here. This foot looks a little bit unbalanced, perhaps. Maybe I would push it back just a touch. But other than that, it looks quite good. You have the lead leg, what you're standing on, the triangle pose. There you go. Okay, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I think it looks fine. It looks fine. Your detail's good. Your shading's nice. Got nothing to worry about. But with proportionally, get it fixed. Talk about it on stream. Okay, next up. We are blasting through these. Here's some concept art. Okay, so I know that there's a lot to do with this game on the feedback. So I think what we'll do is go through all of them. Concept art looks nice, looks intriguing, first of all. So we'll start right there. And then we've got this one, very early screenshot of the game from the concept art. Kind of, it matches the concept art in terms of the vibe, I think. Maybe a little bit lighter. I kind of like the dramatic lighting from the concept art, to be honest. And then what else do we go? So I'm going to see that one, and then I think we scroll up a bit more. Screenshot number 2. Do you feel... Okay, so there's some specific questions with this. Did you feel any emotion when you saw it? Does the image represent depth clearly? What caught your attention the most? Is the image intriguing? Okay. So, first question, and I'll be as honest as possible here. Did you feel any emotion when you saw it? Probably like emptiness, loneliness. That's probably what I'd say. Emptiness and loneliness. Okay, cool weather over here. Nice. Does it snow in Dubai? Has it ever snowed in Dubai? Does the image represent depth clearly? I think so. I think you've got this line here, which is giving it the depth. There isn't really anything else that's given it the depth, but you do have background. You have a background image, and because you have this plane, I think without this, you wouldn't get the depth. You wouldn't get the same amount of depth. I think the foggy nature of it also helps. Like, if you don't know how to easily add depth to a scene, have fog between your layers, right? If you have like background, midground, foreground, right? If you literally, you can just add fog in between these layers and it will make it add depth. If you didn't know that, that's a cool trick. You forgot to post your artwork. You're going to have to post it up. Post it up. Post it up. I don't know if we'd get to it today anyway, because there's so many to get through. But okay, so that's that one. Does the image represent depth clearly? Yes. What caught your attention the most? Probably the red box, just because it's red and there's nothing else that's red in the scene. Nice. Obviously the character as well. Is the image intriguing? It is intriguing. I'd like to know what's in that red box. Perhaps a power-up. I don't know. I don't know the game or the context. And will they make it? That's what's going on in my head. Will they make it to this platform? Are they floating through the air, or did they jump for it? And what's in the box? That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Nice. Big hype. On to the next one. We are blasting through this. We're blasting through this. It's too easy. Rocket launch. Oh, I need to go back actually, don't I? I need to go downwards. My bad. Just started making pixel art a few days ago. This was 25 days ago. I have a few pieces made from requests I took and just wanted any or all advice or tips that I could get on them. Any criticism or suggestions are welcome, especially for glaring issues. Thank you. Yeah. I agree. I agree with what people are saying. For somebody who's just started pixel art a few days ago, I think you're doing great. You have an idea of, especially from this dinosaur one, you're having an idea of, Nolly babe, thanks so much for the follow. You have a good idea of, what's that called? Draggies. Things that I think pixel artists should learn. Little techniques that pixel artists should learn to know when they want to break them or not break them, and to practice with shapes in a smaller size like jaggies, doubles, all that kind of thing. You seem to have a good grasp on that, especially from this dinosaur one and this one as well, although a little bit maybe off with the circular shape here. That's me. Oh, this is you. Nice. Yeah, the rules of the medium. Yeah, I wouldn't call them rules. I'd call them, what would I call them? Because rules are meant to be followed. You don't always have to follow the rules with these things. They're just the techniques, right? They're just the conventions. Yeah, the things that are associated, the techniques that are associated. Rules are meant to be broken. Not always. Not like some rules. Conventions is a better word. Yeah, I think conventions is a good word. Glory always got the best words. Yeah, the conventions of pixel art. Just like you'd learn the conventions of something else, and then you can do whatever you want. But I think these are good. I think these are nice. I think the thing that stands out with this one is just your framing. Not really guidelines, because I don't think they're guidelines either. I don't think they're guidelines, although some people treat them as guidelines, and that is frustrating. Thanks for subscribing, Kikolek. I appreciate you. That is frustrating when people are like, oh, you have to use this and you have to use that. That's why I don't like the word rules or guidelines, because you don't have to do any of that. You know, you don't have to do any of that. And some people treat it like you have to, but you don't. Do whatever you want with art. The only thing that feels off about this piece especially is just how claustrophobic the composition is. Like, I really like this dinosaur, but it's like hitting all of the boundary edges of the canvas size that it feels really off. So if you were to just expand that a little bit, you'd probably have a nice time. Probably have a nice time. You know what I'm saying? We just fix the colors up a little bit. Kind of like, what, you see what I mean? You see how just simply doing that, and obviously you'd have to fix up the tail and the mouth or whatever. I'm just going to do it like that. You fix that up and that automatically looks a little bit better. I don't know what these background things are, but look how much of a clean composition you can get with just one static image, one image, one pixel image in a simple composition with nice pixel art. Look how nice that looks. You know? Problem with this is these things aren't very readable. Like, I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what this is, and I'm not sure what that is. But I know what the dinosaur is, and if you just show the dinosaur on a single thing like that, like you post that on Reddit or something, you're gonna people are gonna be like, "Whoa, this is really cool." Because it's nice, simple. It's displaying exactly what pixel art is good at. You know, it's showing exactly what pixel art is good at. BHS Studios, thanks for subbing. Appreciate you. Thanks for following as well, Flavin. I appreciate you. Thank you. Back to work. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. So I hope you have some fun time with your mom and other friends. Thank you so much, Featherwalk. Yeah, we're not got long left. 10 minutes left, folks, and then I'm going to bounce. So let's move on. Very nice work. So for just starting on pixel art, especially. Okay, next up, portrait I drew yesterday. Bum, 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 bum. Drew this portrait yesterday. All advice or feedback is very appreciated. This is awesome. This is very, very awesome. Firstly, that's my first thought is, wow, you've done a really good job of capturing like the skin tones. You've got a nice hair texture. It's very cool. I think the thing that stands out to me the most is it's not your detail work. It's just the structural work of the face. That's what kind of comes across to me. Like, you haven't done a bad job when you flip it. Or like I say this to everyone, when you're working on something, just flip the thing. Just flip it, and things should start to show off a little bit. Reference is always going to be your biggest thing here. But I think things just feel a little off slightly. And to me, they feel a little bit like down and then right. That's just my initial impression of those things. And especially proportions-wise, just in terms of the overall head, like, I think that's because the hair is quite big. But for some reason, this feels like the top of the head here. This feels like the top of the head for me around this point. And if this is the bottom of the head, and that's the top of the head, proportionally, it looks a little off. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it feels. We can't see the ears, so maybe that's a little bit strange as well. Maybe we could see a little indication of ears. Maybe that would help. And I'd probably move the eyes and stuff up just a touch. So if I do that really quick, let's see what happens. Can I even do that? Do I even do that? Why is it not letting me move this thing? Oh, am I on the wrong? There we go. I just move things up just a touch, and I'm gonna break the detail of this, definitely, when I do that. But I'm just trying to fix the overall general proportion. And obviously it depends on the reference as well. But now the chin doesn't look so small. You see what I mean? Like, I hope this makes sense. Not just destroying your artwork, I swear. It would be nice if you had the reference as well. If you work from reference for this, which I imagine you did. Maybe some indication of ear in there as well would be nice. Give us a better idea of where things actually lie on the face. A bit more shadow. Don't forget the mustache. The beard. And of course, finally, what you want to do is just get rid of all of this. Completely unnecessary, okay? So unnecessary. I hate it when people ruin a good painting with this, actually. Ruined such a good painting with all of this nonsense. There we go. Looking much better already. Got a bit of lighter tones going on here. And in that, we want it to be nice and light up here. Actually, we want this to be the lightest area. Really light, actually. Almost egg-like. Egg-light. Oh. There we go. Now we're making... Now we're getting there. Throw some ears in there. Cartoony, why not? The color from the beard. There we go. Fixed. No, my main tip for this is just the proportions of the face. Because if you notice the, like I said, the features. Like I said, the features they look a little bit low, and maybe that's what they look like on the reference, but I imagine they're probably not that low. But it would be cool to see the reference. Now she's a 10, yes. Exactly. Exactly. Your problem. But it's a beautiful painting. Your rendering is very good. Your detail is very good. You have nothing to worry about there. I'd say just look at your overall, the little bits of structure with the proportions and things, you know? And obviously make them bold. Just altering the features was a crazy amount of change, yeah. Just altering them slightly, you know? You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to go crazy. You can literally just use a, what's that brush called? The liquify brush. Literally just popping them up slightly like that. Slightly moving them around, balancing them out a bit more. And obviously, like I said, depends on the reference. It depends on the person, because people aren't always like perfectly symmetrical. Get the idea, right? You get the idea, I hope. Perfect. Perfect boldness. Right. Last one. Let's see what the last one is today. The last one is first time doing digital art. Please be harsh but reasonable with your criticism. Perfect. As this title suggests, this is my first time being out of my comfort zone and trying digital art. Very wet behind the ear. So I wonder what I would improve in shading. An anonymity? Anonymity? Well, you already messed up the anonymity side because you posted it with your name. Color picking. I think you mean anatomy. I think you mean anatomy. Alexander Coffin, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. Okay. We messed up the anonymity. But anatomy-wise, I mean, anatomy is one of those things that you just have to study, you know? It's just like, you just have to study basic structural anatomy for drawing. Like, you just have to study the basic shapes. You have to study the underlying, like, I always recommend start with the proportions. Like, start skeletal, yeah? This is how I would do it. I'd start skeletal and do proportions with that. And then you can apply muscle on top of the skeleton. And then you can think about the skin on top of it. Once you have the muscle, you basically have the basic shape of your body. Once you have the skeleton, you have the basic proportions of where everything's laid out, and that's going to help you understand that a bit more. Once you have the muscles, you have the basic shape of the body, and skin just goes on top of that. Skin is interesting because you can go really in depth with skin, right? Like if you have ribs, for example, rib cage, and then you have a skinny person, that skinny person's rib cage is going to be like the main feature, you know, the main feature of their shape, of their torso, you know, one of the main features anyway. Whereas if you have a fatter person, the rib cage is going to be almost non-existent looking, you know. You're not going to see that because the skin and the fat is what's going to take up most of that that area. So you can get really interested, you can get really into it with that kind of thing, with those kinds of studies with anatomy. But you obviously have to learn the anatomy as well, and then you can't get around that, unfortunately. If you want to be able to draw characters in any way, you know, if you want to be able to draw humans, if you want to be able to draw anything human related, like look how perfect this human is here, you need to be able to study anatomy. And these things, like, I know I'm just drawing this in a cartoony way, but even that, right, the fact that I made this curve and then down and that's flat, that seems like an oversimplification, and that's because it is an oversimplification of the key features of the legs that I have found from the time that I've studied anatomy. I don't do it so much anymore, but I used to do it all the time. If I had more time, I would do it again. In fact, I've been meaning to do it again, actually. I've been meaning to do more anatomy practice, but life's hard. Life's hard. But yeah, you can't get around studying actually anatomy. In terms of your colors, they're actually pretty good. This is not bad. Like my first digital art was way worse than this. Way worse than this. Like you've got a decent idea. Things I would look into is just try and control your lines in terms of like, it's going to take a while to get like smoother lines. Don't be scared to use brush smoothing if you struggle with that, but there are some good techniques you can, some good warm-ups that you can do for improving your lines and your line weight and stuff like that. And they're really simple. They're literally just like draw 2 points, right, like that, and try and hit them. Try and hit them. Look, I'm not even very good at it because I haven't warmed up for drawing today. You know, try and hit them like that. And then next thing, get a line, go thick to thin, and then thick to thin, and try and get it consistently, and then do the opposite on the other side. So thin to thick, thin to thick, and that's going to help you get used to the pressure of your pen as well. Do that like 10 times before you even start drawing. Do basic shapes once you've got lines, you know. Try and put basic shapes together. 2 dots make a line. Another dot makes another line, another dot. You know, you can make loads of things out of just basic stuff. If you can draw dots, you can draw lines, you can draw shapes, you can draw anything. And then you can draw anatomy once you know what anatomy is broken down into basic shapes and complex shapes. So it's just practice. I'd say this is a really nice start, you know. This is a really nice start to your digital art adventure. Keep going, and in a year's time, 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 5 years' time, you're going to look back on this and go, wow, I improved so much. As long as you do not stop. Do not stop. Just keep going. But that, folks, boom, is me stopping. As I said, don't stop. That's me getting to the end of this. So thank you all, everybody, today for hanging out. I appreciate you. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Rodian, what up? How you doing, David? Thanks for the birthday wishes. I'm going to go get some food now. It's only a short one today, a little hour, but thank you. I just came in. It's okay. I got to bounce. Thank you anyway for joining. Everybody, legends, thanks for the birthday wishes. I'll catch you all on Monday for some game development more. So, see you then. Thanks for hanging out. Mark Kisser, thanks for the love. Everybody, thank you. Goodbye. Not starting soon, ending now. Enjoy your birthday tea. I will. Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks, Falafel. Goodbye.